Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sumit and I am here with my new video in Salesforce Flow series. And in today's session, I will be going to show you that how to display the toast messages or lightning toast messages or LWC toast messages using flows in Salesforce. So all of you familiar with the flows. Basically, the flows they are used for automation. They are used to automate the business processes. And using flows, we can create screen flows. Within a flow, we can create screen flows in order to capture the data from the user and finally uh, commit the records within the object. And once the record gets committed, we would like to display a confirmation message. So instead of displaying a confirmation message as a screen, I just want to display the confirmation message as a toast message. So first of all, let's try to understand what is a toast. So the toast message, basically it is used for the notification purpose that provides feedback to the user. It typically appears as a temporary pop-up or alter alert that appears on the screen and then fades away after a short period of time. So the toast messages, they are used for communication purpose. They are used to communicate the information such as success message, warning, or error messages without requiring the users to take any additional action. Now, in order to know more about, or if you like to know how to create a toast messages or how to show the toast messages using Lightning Web Component, I have already recorded a video on same, and I will share the link in the description below. You can visit that link and you can just check the more details about the toast messages. So let's begin. And before we begin, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. So let me show you what exactly I'm looking for. Basically, the business scenario is like this. I'm going to create a screen flow, and that screen flow is going to capture the data from the user. And once the user submit the record, it should display a confirmation message. And the confirmation message which we wanted to display, we would like to display the confirmation messages using flows. So as you can see, what I have done, so I have already created a sample for you, and then I will show you from the beginning. I'll demonstrate it from the beginning. This is what I'm looking for. This is the final output. And let's suppose I'll just create a flow name as Sumit and last name as Goyal and sumitg890@gmail.com. And when I click on submit, you can see it display me a message, new contact created successfully. And if I'll quickly go and check, you can find out the new contact has been created here. New this week. A new contact record has added here successfully. And in order to do this, I have created a flow like this. This will be the flow structure. So this kind of flow we would like to create. But this activity will be doing in two parts. First of all, we will be going to create a Lightning Web component, which will be used to display the toast messages. And that Lightning Web component, the toast message, will be going to access from a flow. So let's begin and let's see how do we do this. And in order to do this, I will be going to do in a separate environment. So this activity will start by creating with LWC component. So first of all, I'm going to create a LWC component. And in that LWC component, we will be going to create the classes and the functionalities to display the toast message. And those classes and functionalities will be using from the flows, from the Lightning flows. So let's do one thing. Let's create a new Lightning Web component. So I start by creating a new Lightning Web component. And let me give this name as show toast show toast in flows LWC. That's the name of my LWC component. So the very first step in this LWC component, the HTML will not be going to do any customization with the HTML because obviously we do not want to display anything on the Lightning Web component. So we will leave it as it is. We'll just save this without adding any without any component into that. So the JS we have to customize, and in JS, what I'm going to do, I'll use
Basically, I use a decorator called API, and I will import few of the libraries. So the libraries like show toast event from like platform show toast event, and import flow navigation flow navigation. Yeah, so I just write flow navigation event, and this I'm going to extract it from lightning slash flow support. So be very careful while adding the libraries. Otherwise, it will stop the execution of your code. So let me save this. And the error is coming because we haven't used it anywhere. That's why. Now, so I'm going to declare few of the properties. So at the rate API, let's say mode. This mode is basically it is used to capture what type of mode it is. Then at the rate API variant, this property is used to store the variant of the message of the toast message, what type of variant it is, whether it's a success message or it's an error message. At the rate API, the toast message. So I'll just leave it as, let's say, toast message. Basically, this is used to for the toast message. And at the rate API, the title. This is used to capture the title. Then I'm creating one function called connected callback. And from this connected callback, I'm going to call two methods. So first of all, I have to declare those two methods. So handle show toast. This is the first function. And in this function, I'm going to create one custom event in order to display the custom message. So new show toast event. And I just read title as is equal to this dot title. So if you want, you can customize that. Like we can add our custom title. So this dot title, custom title, then mode as, let's say, this dot mode, then variant is equal to variant colon this dot variant. So basically these properties we have declared, and the values to these properties we will be going to pass from our flows. And the message that would be toast message. And finally, what we have to do, we have to call this dot dispatch event. This dot dispatch event. Now, one more message I have to, one more function I have to call here, handle close. Basically, handle close means once we close it. So I'll just write constant, and constant I just write here navigate next event is equal to new flow navigate event. This is the event we added here. And finally, what I have to do, I just write this dot dispatch event and navigate next. So basically, and these two functions I'm going to call it from here. So I just write this dot handle show toast and this dot handle close. So these two functions I call it from here. So what I did, I just created a Lightning Web component, and in this Lightning Web component, at the time of loading this Lightning Web component, this connected callback function will run, and it will trigger these two functions. And the first function, it will display the confirmation message or the error message, and these properties we will be going to pass from our flow, and finally the close one once we. Now it's time to customize the meta.xml file. So in the meta.xml file, first I set this to true. And I'm going to set the targets. Here. Now, this time, the targets we are going to set. So my target will be lightning flow screen. And the next target will be, lightning record action. Lightning record action. And apart from this, I need to set the targets config. And in this target configs, we will be going to set the values. So we will be going to customize the values. You can say customize the values or set the values. We will be going to configure the values into this. So basically, here we have to set the properties here. So what I'm going to do, I will be going to set the properties. And so I'll just set the properties here. And let's quickly set it. Title is enter title, mode is enter mode, variant is, and the message is string. So lightning flow screen, and we set the properties here. Title, mode, variant, and message, property name. Okay, enter toast message. The message, basically, we have to manage this one. The message will be toast message. That's the property. So message will be toast message. So our lightning component is ready. And I set the configuration actions. I set up the target configs. And finally, what I'm going to do, I will be going to deploy this component. So let's deploy this component. So we have successfully deployed the component we created using Visual Studio Code into Salesforce. Now let's switch to the Salesforce, and in Salesforce, we will be going to start setting up our flow. So let's do that. Let me quickly switch back to my Salesforce platform. So you can see I have successfully switched back to my Salesforce platform. And very first step I'm going to do is I will be going to check whether the component has been deployed here or not. So let me quickly check it out. The lightning component we created, and the lightning component name was show toast in flow LWC. And let me quickly verify that. The component added here successfully, show toast event. See this show toast inflow LWC. This is the component which we created just now. Now let's start setting up a flow. So let's have a look at how can we access the LWC component flows in Lightning Flow. So I'm going to create a new flow. And before I begin, the very first step is I will be going to create a record ID variable so that we can get the account ID from the record page. So we can get the account ID or the record ID. So I just click on screen flow, select screen flow. And the very first step is I will be going to create a new resource and label this as a variable. And let me set this variable as record ID. But it's a data type as text and available for input. Available for input means that we can pass the record ID from like if we add this component inside if we add this flow inside any if we add this flow inside an account, so it will fetch the account ID from there, or it will directly create a contact. So I'll just click on done. So I just created one variable, record ID variable. Now I'm going to create one screen flow in order to get the contact first name and the last name and other details. So I just write here new contact screen. And I'm just going to remove the header and configure footer also. So I'm not interested in the previous one and the pause. And for the custom one also, I just label this as, let's say, save or submit, whatever you want. And hide previous, sorry, this should be here actually. Let's say submit. Now here I need to add a label first. So I just add a label it as, let's say, label 1, and I just write here new contact form. And now I need to get input from user. So I will be going to add 2 input fields and 1 email field. And here I just write label as first name. Now to know more about flows, how the flow works, how to create flows. So I have created a separate
playlist or separate playlist or like more videos on flows. So you can visit those videos also. I will share the description I will share the link in the description below for same as well. Last name, make it required, and email ID, I labeled it as email ID, and the API name is email ID. So that's the screen flow. Now, once user enter the details and click on submit button, now our objective is to submit the data to create a record. So therefore, I will be going to create, I will be going to add here record element, create record element, and I just write here create contact record, use separate resources, and I just wanted to add it into contact object. And in this contact object, we have to do the field mapping. So I just want to map the fields like first name, last name, and email. And where are the value? These values will be coming from the screen input. So this is my first name, this is my last name, and that's my email ID or value. Click on done. So once users submit the data, if the record added created successfully, we would like to display a confirmation message. Now, here is a trick. Instead of displaying a notification alert, we will be using flow. We will be displaying a flow here. So I click on add element, screen, and here I will be going to use toast screen. I label this as toast screen, and I don't want header and I don't want footer also. And what we are going to do here, we will be going to drag and drop our flow. You remember the flow we added? And in the basically while in the meta XML file, I've added lightning record action, lightning flow stream. So these two will help to add the flow to access the flow, to access this component, to access the lightning web component from a flow. Here it is. So I just drag and drop this flow, but as soon as I drag and drop this flow, I have to set the API name. I just write here show toast flow. Enter mode is dismissible. I have to enter the title. So I just set a title as. So I'm going to set the title here as, let's say, the title as, let's say, success toast message. So the toast message will be contact record created successfully. Variant will be success. So these are the same properties we will be passing. And done. And if any error occur or if any issue occurs, so what we can do, I can click here and add a fault path. And here also I can add a screen if any error. So I just write here error screen flow, error screen flow. Same process. I don't want to show header or footer, and I just wanted to drop my flow. And the API name is error toast flow. Title will be error toast message failed to create failed to create failed to create record, and variant is equal to error. Click on done. Now I'm going to validate this. So let me save this, and I just write here new contact flow, new contact toast flow. Save this. Either we can debug it right now or we can activate it. So I'm going to activate this. And now in order to have a look into that, how it is going to work, I'm going to place this component on my home page here. So I just add it here. Let's say edit page. And the component name is the new contact toast flow. So let's drag, I just drag and drop this flow. It's a standard component. I drag and drop this flow, but in this flow, I just set here, remove this, and I just new contact toast flow. Save this. I just save this back. So as you can see, my component deployed here successfully. And now let's test it. And in order to test it, let me add a dummy record. So I just write here, let's say, Adit Kumar, Adit dot Kumar at the gmail.com. And when I click on submit, you can see it give me a confirmation message record created. The contact record created successfully and it reload the form. And if any error occur while creating the record, it will display the error message. So that's the way we can access the LWC toast messages by using a lightning flows in Salesforce. So if you found this video helpful or interesting, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Also, feel free to give it to a thumbs up and share it with your with anyone who might get benefit from it. And of course, leave your comment or leave your thoughts or the questions down in the comment below.